Welcome to Remembering Icons, where Karen helps keep the memory of extraordinary lives alive with honor and appreciation. This channel is devoted to celebrating legendary figures from film, music, sports, and culture, whose talent and influence touched countless people. Through every tribute, we reflect on their journey, honor their achievements, and preserve the legacy they left for the world. Al Schultz is remembered as a talented television makeup artist whose work helped shape the look of many classic American TV programs. Born in 1942 in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, he originally pursued athletics and played college football at the University of Missouri. After a knee injury ended his sports ambitions, he redirected his path toward the entertainment industry, beginning work behind the scenes in technical crew roles before discovering makeup artistry, building a career in television. By the mid-1960s, Schultz had entered the world of television professionally, working on well-known programs such as Hollywood Squares and Laugh-In. His skill and reliability soon earned him greater responsibility, leading to his major role on The Carol Burnett Show. As head makeup artist, he helped create the signature looks of the cast and worked with numerous guest performers, contributing to the visual identity of one of television's most celebrated variety shows. Leadership and industry impact. In 1972, Schultz became the youngest head of CBS Makeup West Coast, a position that placed him in charge of makeup across several major productions. His work influenced the appearance of countless shows during a formative period in television history. Though often working behind the scenes, his contributions played a significant role in shaping the polished on-screen presence audiences came to expect during that era. A lasting professional legacy. Al Schultz is remembered for his craftsmanship, dedication, and quiet influence on television production. His career reflects the importance of behind-the-scenes artistry in shaping entertainment, leaving a lasting mark on some of America's most recognizable shows. David Johansen, born on January 9, 1950, was a bold and influential performer whose work helped shape the early foundations of punk rock. As the frontman of the New York Dolls, he brought a striking mix of raw energy, attitude, and theatrical style to the stage. Their performances stood out in the New York music scene for being loud, unconventional, and unapologetically expressive, leaving a lasting mark on the evolution of rock music. Stage presence and musical identity. Johansen was known not only for his voice, but for his unforgettable stage presence. He had a natural ability to connect with audiences through humor, movement, and a fearless performance style. His approach blurred the line between music and performance art, making each show feel unique and alive. This individuality helped define him as more than just a singer. He was a performer who fully embodied his art, reinvention, and later career. In a later chapter of his career, Johansen reinvented himself as Buster Poindexter, showcasing a smoother, more playful style rooted in rhythm and blues. This transformation highlighted his versatility and willingness to explore different musical identities while staying true to his creative spirit. Legacy. David Johansen passed away at the age of 75, leaving behind a legacy of artistic freedom and fearless expression. His influence continues to inspire musicians who value individuality, creativity, and breaking boundaries in performance and music. Dennis Art, born on February 23, 1939, lived a life shaped by both discipline and creativity. Before entering the arts, he served as a helicopter pilot, an experience that tested his courage and gave him a grounded perspective on life. That early chapter influenced the calm strength he later brought into every role he played. Transition into acting. After his service, he turned toward acting, where he slowly built a respected career. He wasn't the kind of performer who always chased attention, but he stood out through honesty and presence. His work in films like Basic Instinct, 1992, and SWAT, 2003, showed his ability to add realism and depth, even in supporting roles. Theater and craft. The stage became his true artistic home. Over 15 seasons with the Oregon Shakespeare Festival, he explored both classical and modern works with equal dedication. His performance style was thoughtful and sincere, earning him admiration from fellow actors and audiences who valued his consistency and emotional truth, legacy, and remembrance. Dennis Art was later recognized with a Tony Award nomination for Heisenberg in 2016, reflecting his lasting impact on theater. He passed away at 86, leaving behind a legacy defined by humility, service, and a steady devotion to storytelling that connected deeply with people. Born on November 29, 1935, Diane Lad built a long and respected career in acting, becoming known for her emotional range and grounded performances. From early on, she developed a reputation for portraying characters with honesty and depth, earning steady recognition in both film and television. Film and television work Lad appeared in a wide variety of roles across different genres, often playing strong or emotionally complex women. One of her most noted performances came in Alice, which brought her critical recognition and strengthened her standing in Hollywood. Over time, she became a familiar and trusted presence on screen, known for bringing realism to every role she took on, craft and impact. What set Lad apart was her commitment to her craft. She approached each performance with care and attention, allowing her characters to feel lived in rather than performed. Her versatility helped her remain active across decades, adapting to changing styles in both film and television while maintaining her distinctive presence. Legacy Diane Lad passed away at the age of 89. She is remembered for her long-standing contribution to the arts and the sincerity she brought to her work. Her performances continue to be appreciated for their emotional honesty, leaving behind a legacy that reflects both skill and dedication to storytelling. Gene Hackman, born January 30, 1930, became one of the most respected actors in American film through a career built on realism and strong character work. He developed a reputation early on for portraying grounded, everyday intensity rather than flashy performance, which helped him stand out in Hollywood. Breakthrough roles and major work. His breakthrough came with The French Connection, where his performance as a determined detective earned him an Academy Award and widespread recognition. He continued to show range in films like The Conversation, delivering a quiet, thoughtful portrayal of a man caught in moral uncertainty. Later, he won another Oscar for Unforgiven, reinforcing his place as one of the most consistent and powerful actors of his generation. Across more than 80 films, he worked in roles that often explored authority, conflict, and human complexity. Later, Life and Legacy Hackman retired from acting in 2004, choosing a more private life after decades in the industry. Even after stepping away, his work continued to influence both audiences and actors who admired his natural style. Living to the age of 95, he left behind a film legacy defined by depth, restraint, and authenticity, with performances that remain widely respected and rewatched today. Vince Gill has everything most artists dream of: worldwide fame, immense respect in Nashville, more than 20 Grammy Awards, and a legacy built across decades of music. To many, he represents calmness, kindness, and musical perfection wrapped in a gentle voice. But beneath that polished image lies a life shaped by deep personal losses, emotional trials, and moments that nearly broke him completely. His journey is not just about success in country music. It is also about the quiet battles he fought away from the stage. From the outside, his story looks like a smooth rise to greatness. But in reality, it is layered with grief, recovery, setbacks, and resilience. Even today, as he continues to perform and create music, Vince Gill carries memories that never fully fade. His songs are not just written, They are lived experiences transformed into melody. Understanding his story means looking beyond awards and applause and stepping into the emotional world that shaped every note he sings. Early life in Oklahoma and the first connection to music. Vince Gill was born in Norman, Oklahoma, during the late 1950s, in a home where music quietly shaped everyday life. His father was a disciplined lawyer, but also a passionate musician who played guitar and banjo after work. His mother added warmth to the household with her singing and harmonica playing. Music was not treated as a career in the beginning. It was simply part of family life, a shared language that brought people together at the end of long days. Vince grew up surrounded by folk songs, country melodies, and radio broadcasts that filled the house with stories of love, hardship, and ordinary living. His earliest memory of music came when he was handed a small guitar as a child, an experience that changed how he saw the world. It wasn't just sound anymore, it was expression. As he learned more instruments and practiced constantly, music stopped being a pastime and became a direction. Even as a young boy, it was clear that his emotional connection to sound was deeper than most. A bond with his brother and the first great loss. One of the most meaningful relationships in Vince Gill's early life was with his older half-brother, Bob Cohen. Bob was more than just a sibling. He was a guide, a companion, and the first person who truly encouraged Vince's musical dreams. They spent countless hours together playing guitar, listening to the radio, and imagining a future built around music. Bob gave Vince confidence, especially during moments of shyness and uncertainty. Their bond was strengthened when they performed together on a local radio station, an experience Vince later described as life-changing. For a young boy, standing beside someone he trusted made the world feel less intimidating. However, life changed dramatically when Bob was involved in a severe car accident that left him with permanent brain damage. The vibrant, energetic brother Vince once knew was never the same again. Years later, Bob passed away from complications linked to his injuries. That loss stayed with Vince deeply, shaping not only his emotions, but also the way he wrote music, turning personal pain into songs that could speak to millions. Finding his path through struggle and persistence. After leaving Oklahoma, Vince Gill entered the unpredictable world of professional music, where talent alone was never enough. He played in small bands, performed in smoky bars, and faced audiences that were often indifferent or even hostile. These early experiences were far from glamorous, but they taught him resilience. There were nights when performances were interrupted by noise, rejection, or chaos, forcing him to decide whether to continue or walk away. He chose to keep going, even when conditions were difficult. Over time, he joined bands like Pure Prairie League, where his voice finally began to reach wider audiences. Songs gained attention, and for the first time, he experienced what success felt like. But even then, stability was fragile. Creative differences and internal tensions often disrupted progress, reminding him that success in music was never permanent. These years shaped his discipline and taught him that every opportunity had to be earned repeatedly. Rising fame and the emotional cost of success. By the 1990s, Vince Gill had become one of the most respected names in country music. His albums reached the top of the charts, his voice became instantly recognizable, and his songwriting touched millions of listeners. Awards and recognition followed, including multiple Grammy wins and industry honors that solidified his place in music history. Yet behind the success was a quieter emotional cost. Touring schedules kept him away from home for long periods, and the demands of fame created distance in his personal relationships. At the peak of his career, he also experienced the breakdown of his first marriage, a loss that deeply affected him and reshaped how he viewed family and responsibility. Around this time, he wrote some of his most emotional songs, pieces that reflected grief, longing, and reflection rather than celebration. His music became more than entertainment. It became a way of processing life itself. Personal struggles, health challenges, and family hardships. As the years passed, Vince Gill faced challenges that went beyond career pressures. Health issues began to appear, including vocal strain and medical concerns that threatened the very thing he depended on most: his voice. For a singer, losing vocal strength is not just a physical issue, it is an emotional crisis. At times, recovery required patience, rest, and difficult adjustments to how he performed. At the same time, his family faced its own hardships, including serious medical conditions affecting loved ones. These experiences brought him into closer awareness of life's fragility. He often found himself in hospitals, waiting rooms, and recovery periods that shifted his perspective on success. Instead of focusing only on achievement, he began focusing more on presence, being there for the people he loved and valuing time in a deeper way. These experiences reinforced a truth that became central to his life. Music may define his career, but family defines his humanity. Loss, reflection, and the meaning behind his music. Throughout his life, Vince Gill has carried grief that never fully disappears, especially the loss of his brother Bob. That emotional weight influenced some of his most powerful songs, including pieces written in memory of loved ones. One of his most iconic songs, "Go Rest High on That Mountain," became an anthem of mourning and healing for millions of listeners. What makes his music powerful is not technical perfection, but emotional honesty. When he performs, audiences often sense that he is not just singing lyrics, he is reliving memories. His voice carries both strength and vulnerability, shaped by decades of experience. Over time, he learned that grief does not fade completely. Instead, it becomes part of identity. Rather than hiding that pain, he transformed it into music that comforts others. In doing so, he created a bridge between personal loss and collective healing, allowing audiences to find meaning in their own experiences of sorrow, legacy, love, and a life still in motion. Even in his later years, Vince Gill continues to perform, create, and evolve as an artist. He has collaborated with legendary groups, contributed to major performances, and remained active in the music industry without losing his grounded personality. His marriage to Amy Grant brought new stability and companionship into his life, along with shared challenges that tested their strength as a couple. Together, they have faced health scares, recovery journeys, and unexpected difficulties, but also moments of deep connection and support. Their relationship reflects a quieter, more mature phase of his life, where love is defined less by intensity and more by consistency. At this stage, Vince Gill is not just a country music icon. He is a reminder that a meaningful life is not built only on success, but also on endurance, compassion, and the ability to keep moving forward after loss. His story continues to unfold, not as a perfect journey, but as a human one, steady, emotional, and still deeply alive.